One of the most prolific throwers and runners in the history of Ohio State football is going to make his money in the NFL catching the football. Mark Rogers TV on the NFL Draft, looking at the Houston Texans selection in the third round, number 85 overall, Braxton Miller, a very intriguing selection to see what he's going to do on the next level. We know the story. He came to Ohio State as a first-rate quarterback, one of the most highly sought-after high school quarterbacks, running and throwing, dual-threat quarterbacks, and he did not disappoint. After a turmoil-filled 2011 season with the transition from Jim Tressel to Luke Fickell at head coach, Braxton Miller struggled to a certain extent as a freshman, but he showed us all the flash and all the dash and all the skills and all the talent. And then he exploded in 2012. 12-0 season for Ohio State. They could not go to the national championship because of the NCAA sanctions. He threw for 15 touchdowns. He ran for 1,100 yards and 13 touchdowns. The next season led the Buckeyes to 12 consecutive wins before they lost the Big Ten championship game, and he became a much more proficient thrower, more prolific downfield as well, more accurate. His accuracy went from 52% to 56% to over 60% as a junior, when he threw for 24 touchdowns and 7 picks and another 1,000 yards rushing. All right, then came the 2014 season. After the injury to his throwing shoulder late in the Clemson game, in the Orange Bowl, Braxton Miller re-injured the shoulder in August, just about 10 days before the 14 season. And then, of course, the Buckeyes went on and won the national championship with two other quarterbacks, J.T. Barrett and Cardell Jones. It was determined that Miller would never gain the strength back in that shoulder, and he makes the transition to slot wide receiver. He played from the outside and the periphery. We mentioned the slot. He lined up in the Wildcat and took snaps directly and ran the football. 25 catches for 340 and 3 touchdowns. Throw out those numbers. It was more impressive to watch him play. Check out the catches just in 25 receptions. And that first one was the first of his collegiate career on that Monday night game in Blacksburg against Virginia Tech on national television. He showed exceptional hands, 25 catches, 1 drop. Many of those catches were off-target throws that he had to reach, that he had to stretch, that he had to dive for, that he had to adjust to. Braxton Miller is not a polished player in terms of wide receiver skills moving on to the NFL in regards to route running, but the hands are exceptional. The athleticism is great. Braxton Miller, the 85th pick to the Houston Texans, third round. Would love to hear your thoughts on Braxton Miller and the Houston Texans right here on Mark Rogers TV.